Good afternoon, welcome to the 4 p.m. calming weight transfer, 3-dimensional, slow controlled movement snack. If this is the one you're looking for, it's Monday the 20th of April, 4 p.m. If this is the one you want, stay here. If it's not the one you want, scroll through. If you don't want this preamble, this pre-broadcast, the beauty of YouTube and recordings is you can just move the little the timer across and you can skip this bit. You don't even need to listen to this bit if you don't want it. But some of us enjoy it. Who enjoys the preamble? Or is it just something you grin and bear to get through? Give me a yes or a no. Just so I know how much effort I should make with my hair. Come on, movement snackers, it's lovely to see you. Who likes the preamble? Okay, I got 2 thumbs up, that's good enough. I'll quit while I'm ahead. Lovely to chat, birthday girl. Call up. Thank you, Carol. Carol from Hove likes the preamble. Come on, folks. Come in to the dining room. I'm luring you in with another movement snack. Hello, Jane. Come on in. Come on in. The water's lovely. Oh dear. Shrewsbury's in the room. Hooray. Canada's in the room. Hurrah. I think we're on 2 minutes. 2-minute countdown for this preamble. It seems everyone's saying yes, we like the preamble. What was I going to say? Wondering how many of you had a go at if you caught up at lunchtime, you weren't in the live. I'm doing this because it's the 4-point position for the balance progress checks. You don't need to tell me how you did, unless you really want to, I'd love to hear, but are you checking your progress? Are you having a look to see what's happening? How you doing, Fiona? Hello, Italy. Italy in the house. Oh, I'm going to try and say it, Trevor. Llanbryn Mawr. Is that anything like how it should be said? Llanbryn Mawr here. Colchester Zoo. What's the zoo thing? By live cam. You went to the zoo today, Janet. By live cam. That's something. We're going to do that later. I'm going to get Mum and take Mum to the zoo. Excellent, I love that. Let's all go to the zoo. Should we all go to the zoo later? Devon's in. Maya, Clinbrand Maya. Thank you, Trevor, for the correction. Of course, the worst thing about these preambles, these lives, is it's the only time I look in the mirror, to be honest. It's true. I gave up on my hair many years ago. Good afternoon from Cambridge, Odile. Good afternoon, 2M. Kilolo. Quick weather check. Any weather reports? Any buffer reports? Are we good for the buffering? I don't mean to be highly polished, we mean the internet. Pete Campbell. Shout out to Pete Campbell there. He just popped in from LLT HQ up in Killin. He's the man that uploads all of these videos to YouTube, records them and uploads them. So thank you, Pete. Okay, we're going to do a 3, 2, 1. We're going to do it. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon. My name is Bex Townley from Later Life Training, and you found us on Monday the 20th of April at the 4 p.m. movement snack. This is our 3rd set of 10 minutes today. Technically a lie, it's probably more like 12-13 minutes. We've added a few minutes because the aim of all this is to accumulate movement minutes, time in moving, and that can be either active sitting or seated mobility or in stand. And we're looking to accumulate movement minutes to enhance, improve our mobility, our flexibility and our functional strength into daily life. So let's get on without further ado to our 4 p.m. focus, which is going to culminate in a big stretch. But before that, we're going to do a circulation booster and a little bit of slow, calming, three-dimensional movements, just to tap in to some other elements of balance and functional activities. So pick your position. If you're new to this and you've stepped into this new one, don't worry. I'll give you prompts all the way through. Sit or stand. In a stand or sit posture, I'll prompt that in a moment. We start the circulation booster. This just serves to do that, to boost the circulation if you've been sat this afternoon, or it may actually serve to just kind of bring you down and kind of bring your heart rate, bring your pulse rate down to a more calming situation where we can start to think about lifting, open posture, be more mindful of how feet, ankles and toes. It's just steady. I say just steady. If you need support, use it. I don't want your balance to be challenged. And it's just to find that rhythmical step that's right for you, 1 or 2 hands. Keep going in stand. It's the same in sit. In sit, we want to hip walk forward so that we can freely sit and freely move with the posture muscles working. Starting the circ boost either from feet and ankles, always considering how we can optimise feet, ankles and toes, or you may prefer to come from shoulder, upper body first. Alternating arms or bringing the hands together can often help guide and increase that movement if you need, and it also sometimes helps with coordination. Now, arms and leg movements in a chair might feel a bit squeezed in the hips depending how tall you are. So if you want to do arms or only legs, and every now and then you might want to take an extension from the leg here, that might ease up the hip position. Take your pick from all of that. The main thing is, whether you're in sit or stand, we're lifted, we're open, we're balanced, using the support if you need. And just take a moment to be aware of your posture, this activity here in the centre. Lengthen out. When we talk about standing taller, it's not all up here. The tallness doesn't come from up here, it comes from here. Lengthening out, and by that lengthen, I really extend and lengthen the spine and get this activity in the centre, in the tummy. This strong upright posture contributes to all standing and sitting tasks and contributes to breathing and balance. So before we do our big stretch, we've been working on some what I call sway or three-dimensional movements that require lots of mindful thought about weight transfer and arm actions. So in stand or sit, we started with this arm action here, and we can go back a step from that if you prefer and do one arm at a time, alternating. So just pick this up when you see it, in sit or stand on lifted posture. If you want support, we can alternate. If you're happy, we can take 2, or you might want to just rest hips on a wall or a fixed piece of furniture. This allows you to sit taller or stand taller without concern. It's exactly the same in the chair. We've moved through various slow upper arm actions, culminating in more complex ones. And we've been, in the last 4 days, I think, been looking at the hand, the waving hand like clouds. So let's go back to that one now. Or you can stick on the less complex move, or this one, if you remember that, like the feel of that one, have a go at that. Or you can join in on this new one that we've been learning. Pick it up when you see it, in sit or stand, lift and lengthen. The first bit is one arm at a time, keep the head and eyes forward. And can you see it comes straight up here, turns to the side and then brushes down. My arms stay to the side, my hands don't go behind me. But that's not really achieving what we're after here. This is just isolated single arm movements. So let's build on that if you're happy to. If you're happy to. If this is still being ingrained and learned, we just stay with that level. If you're happy with this, just feel how that is. But if you're happy to move on, we add the head tone. So we watch the hand look back at me at this point, and then the hand continues. So we have this moment where we have the gaze on the hand, our attention is on the hand, and then you look to me, your attention isn't on the hand at that point, but you are still aware of where it is in space. And you may be able to see that also out of your peripheral vision. But we know it's there. Still not doing what we're aiming for. Here's the next bit. We're aiming for both arms to be moving together at the same time. So have a go at this. So as I turn to the front, I'm preparing that hand, but this other one is still moving, and as it comes up through the centre, I fix my gaze on that hand, but I'm still aware of what the second hand is doing. Can you see? And at any point in time, you should feel and be aware that you have this fluid action where both arms are moving. I've got the change of position on the hand, and I also have the gaze on the hand at that point in time. Are you aware of all of those things happening at the same time? Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. At any point in time, if it all goes wrong, and it will, that's how we learn. We stop and start again. Now, there's something else you can add to that if you would like. If you're not feeling completely comfortable doing that in stand, rehearse this in seated. Rehearse this in seated without the balance concern, so you can get that fluidity. We can get as much from the lifted posture and just the sense. So it should feel fairly calming and fluid and flowing. All the F's, fluid and flowing. If you want to add to that, we can add some weight transfer through the trunk. And in seated, that comes from a slightly shifted position from the feet, anchored on the buttocks. I keep them in contact with the chair, but I add this shift, this weight transfer. If I do it the other way, you'll probably see better. And here is where we can rehearse and practice that upright posture with length plus this weight shift across here. And then we can bring in the arms again. Now the standing option for that, if you're happy, is without support. We can go freestyle, no hands, adjust the feet. There's the sway, put the sway in. Remember, on this sway, the knees face the direction of the toes. And then we can bring in this again. If it starts to break down and go wrong at any point, we just stop and start again, or you can keep one hand on the support and just getting one hand in place with that sway and the gaze and that extra brush down movement. Okay, so do those whenever you want throughout the day. Crowbar them in to have a moment. Let's just go through our stretches, starting with upper body chest stretch. In stand, with or without support, whichever you prefer. We're going to lift and open and aim to bring the hands on the top of the hips here or this way, or we could just go here. Can you feel it's this open chest? And because we're in stretch now, we're looking to hold that open position. In sit, it's the same. Lifted, lengthen, squeeze back, either here with the hands on and you've just opened, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together in order to open the chest. If you can get your hands around there as well, you'll feel a little bit more stretch, probably through shoulders as also. Move slowly in and out these stretches. Take a pit stop in between. Give the posture muscles a rest so that each stretch can be on its optimum posture position. Let's go straight down to back of thigh now, please. And we've talked a lot in previous snacks about getting this angle right. So if everyone could come down to sit, unless you know the standing option. First thing is to lengthen the leg. Here's the checks. The foot should be fairly relaxed. It can be relaxed but toe up or foot down, whichever is most comfortable for you. Then I want to shift and lengthen right out of the hips. So if you feel that you're a little bit squashed in the middle and that your lower back is curved, we want to come out of that to here, and that alone may bring this stretch in. This might make that back of thigh come into a stretch position. If so, stay here. This one is really links into all activities involving us needing to get down to feet, toes and lower leg. Also contributes to stride length, stairs, going up slopes, etc. If you want to squeeze down that a little bit more, you can. This will increase the stretch. Just feel it. It should be mild tension, and that's the position we hold. Come out with these stretches slowly. You might want to have a little release and go in again. And we're looking to build up time here. Working through initially 5 seconds, 12, 20, eking that out to 30, 40 seconds. But we may want to take that into smaller bites. Let's try the other leg. Here's the checks. Relax the foot. Unlock the knee. Lengthen out of the hips. So we've got that upright position. Have you got it? If you have, stay there. If not, you want a little bit more, you can have the hand here to support. Stay straight, stay lifted, stay long in the middle. Keep breathing. Can you see how high my body still is? I haven't got my nose down on my knees. It's all about this. It's all about that. And it might take a while to feel your way around that. We've mentioned the importance of not having the foot really flexed back. That will limit this stretch up here in the thigh. Really try to have a look at the foot, give it a dangle, release it. It should be fairly relaxed. And come back. Okay, that's the back of thighs. Let's do calf. Sit option in calf is the same long leg position. This time I don't need to do anything with my posture, but keep it lifted and active anyway. Have a glance down at the foot and then literally pull with an invisible bit of string the toe back towards you. It's coming back towards the shin. And it really requires on the strength of your shin muscle here to pull that back. So you might not be able to stay there very long. So we just let it go and go in again. Same on the other leg, looking to again build up time in those 20 seconds, 12, 20 seconds, if not a little bit more. If you're good in stand, steady and strong in stand, we can perhaps get a more effective stretch and certainly get a double whammy on a stretch somewhere else as well. Have a look, take up support, lots of support for this. We're going to take the backward step, and if you think about it, it's the same position. My toe is coming towards my shin, but I've created that with the angle of my leg, and the floor is holding that for me, so it's not as hard work to pull that toe back. Toes are forward, and here's the double whammy. If I lift up and lengthen, you'll get this stretch down the front also. So I've got two here. While you're here, if you would like, you can take the arm up as well, if you would like. If not, we can do those separately. We've done those in these days. Unpeel that toe, come into balance, turn around, keep the support if you need, take up the back step. Now feel your way through this stretch, the heel goes down, down, down. If you feel it's too much, you just take a little step in and then go down. So just adjust and feel your way around this. Lift up, lengthen here. So we've got two stretches for the price of one. Front of the hip and the calf. We can put in the back of arm here, or we can choose to do those separately. Here's just a reminder, head stays still. Here's the back of the arm here. But there's lots going on this stretch, so it's the shoulder, it's the back of the arm, and if we want to, we can add a little squeeze up as well for an extra one, just for a couple of seconds. If having your arms up there isn't right for you, we can get something similar. If we relax the arms, ease them up, and take a big lift, so you lift up out of the hips and release. Move slowly in and out of these, and you might want to go round again now without me speaking at you. We've stretched. That is another 10 minutes. So the aim here, across these 3 movement snacks, you've got 30 minutes of additional movements in your, what we call now affectionately known as the benefits bag. And it's a bag for life if we keep this going. So thank you very much. Tomorrow would have been technically our last day on this mission, but we've extended it. We're here for the duration at least. So see you tomorrow for the 8 AM snack. Keep on moving. Have another stretch now. Have a feel and a sense of how those 3-dimensional movements are for you. See you in the morning. Thank you very much, folks.